Wow, that glare is real crazy. Like, it was not like that unless I had moved it. Anyway, hey y'all. This glare is crazy. And I thought it could possibly be this, but it's not. Well, I'm hoping all is well with everyone. I just figured I would just hit record and just start because I know that I have so many notes here in front of me. I have so much topics that I want to discuss with y'all. And I also realized, honestly, I realized this, that this is therapeutic. This is very therapeutic. And for myself. So the whole goal was like, oh my gosh, I'm absorbing all this information, all of this knowledge. Like, I have to share this. You only keep it if you give it away. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the saying in a lot of circles. You keep it. If you want to keep that sobriety, if you want to keep that weight off, if you want to keep that, you give it away. You give it away by showing someone how you lost weight, or showing someone how, being in the service of helping people that are addicted, or, attempting to get off of drugs, whatnot. So that's an example. So I'm realizing that this is so very therapeutic, and at my age, all right, at my age, and I'm in the 40s, okay? At my age, I've been through some cycles, some chapters. It really was evident to me when I hit 30. 30 was a very pivotal year. And I had, a baby and everything. So it was beautiful. It was great. And it really hit me. But it's hitting me now because I realize how much time goes by. What am I doing with that time? And where I'm finding myself in these situations in life, because of what I am doing, in time. This is like you're weaving. Perfect right there. I got to jot that down. You're weaving a masterpiece. The masterpiece is your life, and you are weaving it every single moment intricately. Every decision you make, every single moment. And I'm telling you, back then I used to listen to some music that I said I'm better when I don't listen to the music. I'm better. I don't like the mindset it takes me on. I start going and dipping and dabbling with people and mingling around crowds that I really had no business doing. That I had no business being around and doing the things that I was partaking in, honestly. So I say that to say that now I am so much more disciplined. Now I am so much more, this light is really, really irking me. And I'm sorry, y'all. And I can't turn it off because then it's going to be very, 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 it'll be dark. But I say that to say this, okay? I knew in a point in my life, I remember I was working for the bank. I was like, I went through some things already. I only had one child at that time. And I already tried to stop hanging with certain crowds, okay? That was tied into my past, which was in the streets, okay? Heavy in the streets. And it was crazy because of the people that I was running with in those times. They're still in the feds, a couple of them. Not everyone. A lot of them did get out. But there are still a couple of the ones, especially the ones I was very close to, that are still, in the feds. And this was like damn near 20 years ago. A little less than 20 years ago. So anyway, I, at that time in my life, was already, got a good job. I moved out the hood. I'm in a better area. And I just knew certain songs would come on, okay, the weekend. I know everyone's chilling, and I would partake in this. And a lot of the reason was, I just was just like, oh, it's not going to hurt nothing. No, this is your mindset. This is your mindset we're talking about. It's not going to hurt nothing. Yeah, right. And I'm energy. Energy is strong. And every word those people speak is affecting me. It's affecting my next thoughts, and it's affecting me. I'm going to come back next weekend because I'm going to indulge more and more and more. So it just, again, it was a very, but again, I learned from those situations, and that's why I'm at the point that I'm at now, because now it's just like, I know better. So just have faith too. If you are young, you know what I mean? You're not going to be perfect. All right. And a lot of parents, it sucks because you guys, you're under a lot of pressure, because especially if you have parents that are involved in your upbringing and things of that nature, that you gotta go through life, you gotta experience things. I know that my family that came to visit me not too long ago, I know that when they came to visit me, they were surprised. I know they were. They were very, very, very surprised. Yes, they were. To see me come up, I was serving them. I had a bonfire in the back for them, serving them, buying, all sorts of nice things, cakes and little things like that, to be, hospitality wise. When I was the one that was like gonna be in prison, the one that was gonna be, God knows what, the one that, just like I said, I don't got just one baby daddy, okay? Like I said. So it is what it is. And I know, and they've seen that, and they impressed what I'm working on, things that I've accomplished, even though whatever they've heard about me because of my mother or whatnot, she, whatever, that's a whole nother story. I know when they seen for themselves, they seen from themselves, so that was good to have that. But lo and behold, I do want to tell you guys this: keep going. All right, there's a couple real things that stood out to me recently, that it's a process. Trust the process. It is a process. You are weaving your basket, your whatever you're weaving. It's your life. Okay, whatever you want to put in that place that you're weaving, imagine it. Because again, this is another thing I want to get into. This TV screen, you should be scrolling on this screen. Close your eyes right now. Okay, now picture an apple. Do you see the apple? The apple's right there. All right? The apple's right there. Okay? It can become tangible. You know it because you've seen an apple. You know how it looks, and you have it there in the screen in the forefront of your mind. What you got playing in that's consciousness right there. What you got playing there on that screen, your self-talk, your self-visualizations, that is weaving. That's the weaving part right there. Okay? That is. So whatever you got going on in that talk between yourself, as well as the inner dialogue, the inner monologue, and as well as and be conscious of these things, constantly, because that's you getting to know yourself more. And you start noticing you don't want to talk and yap on the phone with your friends. You don't want to do none of that. You want to go into solitude. You can't wait to go and spend time with yourself. That's when you know. It is happening for you. It is happening for you. That's what helped me when I realized, it is a process. All right. Every move, every thought, take everything captive. You have to take everything captive, because you have to dissect why you're feeling like this, or what made you feel like that, and what thought, and you dig a little deeper. And you find out and you realize why you used to feel the way you felt. And a lot of people misunderstood me. I can honestly say I was misunderstood by most of my relationships that I've had. I was misunderstood because they did not know everything I had going on inside of me. I was the only child, so I have a very good relationship with myself. I'm very aware. And I would be going through some things within my inner being, but I put a poker face on. But I'm going through it inside. But you're never going to tell what I used to go by, because, I had older females I was hanging with, real, in the streets type of females. Never knew I was that young. But I, sleeping at their houses, going out with them and stuff. I was really 15, but they thought I was older. So they would always tell me, never let a see you sweat. Never let a man see you sweat. Never let a man see you sweat. Don't ever start crying. No, never let a man see you sweat. All right? Suck it up, buttercup. You just gotta be strong. So that's, again, that if it's your significant other, you get to a point where if you love each other and you're with each other, you guys got to break those walls down, okay? But in the hood, we're survival of the fittest. It was just a different time, a different era. I was really just, I was putting on the facade, okay, trying to fit in. You know what I mean? Like, let's all admit it. All we did was be wherever environment we were raised in. That's all you did. You did the best you could in the environment you were raised in. If I was raised in Beverly Hills, I'd be talking differently right now, okay? I know that. If I was raised in Tokyo, I'd be talking different right now. We all would. We all are absorb our environment, and you know, it is what it is. So, lo and behold, I just wanted to say that if you are in the process of changing your life, you are always going to be in this process. All right? It is a process. The process never ends, and it's not in the I want $1 million. You gonna get there. I want to buy, sell shoes everywhere in the airport, all these comfortable shoes, whatever the dream may be. I want a food truck, and I want to be able to travel to every carnival or any, again, parties. Oh, that's a great idea. Be a food truck that comes to parties, and you don't got to worry about, that's the catering. The food truck pulls up to your party, outside gathering. Look at that. That's the idea. Like I tell you, I got billions sitting up here. I do. I got billions percolating here. I got so much here. Look at this. I got so many notes, so much stuff written. It's like that's not even half of it. This is just what I want to go through now. But I just wanted to make a video real quick. I said that I was going to start posting more. If you look at my page, I've been posting since like 2023 or so, and I'm not going to give up. You know what I mean? I was very just wanting to teach and throw wisdom down your throats and stuff like that. But I realized I have to be relatable, and I have to open up more because I'm a private person, you know what I'm saying? So I realized this stuff really is therapeutic. It really is. And all of this is therapeutic. And that's why, I ended up going to counseling, which I recommend highly, because getting it out, it's like a whole nother world. Because when you're trapped here in your mind and you suppress, and man, did I suppress. I never knew I was storing this trauma in my body, y'all. It gets trapped in your body. No lie. Trauma gets trapped. It's deep. It's deep. Look it up yourself. Look up DNA, molecular structures of trauma, of it's a frequency. It is. It's real. Just like Wi-Fi, you don't see Wi-Fi, but it's there, right? You know if it's on or off, right? Well, it manifests in such, and then over time, that in your body can manifest into other things. So taking care of your mind, body, and soul is very, very, very crucial. Your soul, your higher self, your spirituality, your peace, your calmness, your zen. Look in nature. Go outside. Love animals. Get on that frequency, because it's up to you to raise the frequency. We're counting on you, loved ones, beloved ones. Oh, beloved ones, we are counting on you. We are to raise the frequency and realize that you have to stand up in your family and speak for what's right. If something was done wrong to you by any family member, you need to get it taken out and rectified and dissected, and things need to be spoke about. If this is a message, a prophetic word to you now, please, you need to get with your family and things need to be ironed out, especially if there was sexual trauma or abuse. It needs to be put on the table, because if not, nothing will heal, and then the suffering of your future brothers and sisters, and the suffering of your future cousins and aunts and uncles and grandchildren or whatever. And if you don't do nothing about that, then their suffering is on your hands. Their blood is on your hands, because you need to be that one that will stand in that generational curse of perversion. Okay? And you need to stand up and be that one to heal that trauma there. All right? Even if you choose not to get police involved or whatnot, that family needs to come together and things need to be squashed and talked about, because I'm sure there is so much more. Okay? And it needs to be taken out, or it will continue to be passed down from generation to generation in your DNA. Goes back 14 generations. Your DNA, the messages of your DNA, we all know how it vibrates and it speaks, right? DNA speaks. You can sure know if you're the baby daddy, baby mama with that DNA, right? So it speaks. Okay? Goes back 14 generations, my people. So whatever your family, and I have very war-stricken areas of my ancestral line, okay? I'm not America. I'm the firstborn American here. So we don't have no connections to America, really. I'm the first one here born. My mother conceived me on another land, another continent. So anyway, you know, she brought everything over here, and now I have children, and I got 3 baby daddies. All right, so I procreated. All right, I did. I came on this earth. Yahweh said, "Come on this earth and procreate." So I did that. So anyway, lo and behold, I just wanted to, you know, just give you them tidbits that helped me, you know, with just realizing that you're it is a process. You're gonna get there, and these videos here are very therapeutic as well. So I would even encourage you, beloved, because you are the chosen one. You are. You are the chosen one. You are yearning for something different, a different vibe, a different circle. You want your tribe, which is your type of people, right? You want to be able to be vulnerable. And if you can't find that, then you have it here, available here. Check me out. Check me out. Message me. Let me know where you at in life. We could chop it up. There's a lot of people on YouTube that has helped me get along the way. My tribe, shout out, Rest in Power, Jay Silva from Autodidactic Wellness. You guys, please check out his videos. Yaki Awaken, God bless you. Love you, man. For real, your story hit so close to home. You have no idea. And I have been purchasing your herbs, taking all that. Yes, the 3 bitters, all the tinctures, lymphatic, the parasite circulatory system tinctures, the herbal tooth powder, all of that. So shout out to Yaki Awaken, a lot of other people. Ryzen, the Ryzen Sun Holistic Center, Buffalo, New York. Shout out to Ryan Nicastro. And as the such, you know, just people like that. I love y'all. I just wanted to make this video real quick, but I got some work to do behind me here. I don't know if you guys see. I'm going to get into a facial. I should post some of that up too. I'm going to give myself a micro dermabrasion facial. I got the everything right there set up. Just, you know, give myself a little TLC. Why not? All right. God bless.